गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Whenever we are seeking knowledge, in that pursuit, the teacher comes into our life. Whenever growth is required, the teacher comes into our life. Teacher meaning the Lord, the Guru Maharaj, the physical teacher, or the Sadguru within, who expresses as the ability to learn from everything. For this to, whether you are in crisis, whether you are in a healthy mind, but unless and until this relationship of God devotee or Guru and teacher, this is also the relationship between the mind, the student, and Atma or Lord or the teacher as the Gurus or the scriptures also. And therefore here it is told, when we are in the ashram, this is the prayer. Instead of Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, we used to chant this all the time. And what does it mean? Om Sahana Avatu. Let Avatu means to protect. So let him protect us both. Who? The teacher as well as the student. From what? From the Adi Bhautik challenges, Adi Daivik challenges, and Adhyatmic challenges. Adi Bhautik, all those difficulties which we can do something about. Adi Daivik challenges, those difficulties which we cannot do anything about. They are natural. And the Adhyatmic, those difficulties, challenges, obstacles which come from within. So may you protect us from all these obstacles and difficulties. If the teacher is sick, how can you study? If you are sick, teacher is healthy, how can you study? If your mind is going into imaginations, so both need to be healthy, both need to be in a disposition where there are no obstacles, and from those seen, unseen, known, unknown obstacles, may the Lord protect us, the teacher and the student. Then Sahanau Bhunaktu, may he bless us with bliss of knowledge. The Guru Maharaj, here when we say Guru Maharaj, it can be the teacher like we are. Acharya. Acharya means the one who is able to explain the scriptures, the one who is able to guide the student, the one who is able to listen to the student, correct his approach, this, that, everything. Sadguru Maharaj, like Raman Maharishi, Shirdi Sai Baba, all those are a different category altogether. They are realized masters. We are acharyas. Acharyas may be established in the truth, or they may be on their way to truth. And on that way, they are contemplating, sharing the knowledge that they have imbibed from their teacher, and wanting to continuously be in touch with that knowledge. They are moving around in the world, opening their mouth when someone asks. So may he bless us with bliss of knowledge, that may we knowledge is blissful. When we say knowledge, what is knowledge? Knowledge is knowledge of the self. So whether knowledge of the self, whether the name of the Lord, whether the lectures, the satsang that you are listening right now, all different levels of knowledge. But the ultimate knowledge is the self. May the knowledge, may he bless us with the bliss of knowledge. And this Atma, which is the ultimate knowledge, is of the nature of Satchidanand, and therefore the bliss of knowledge. For that, he must protect us. He must protect us of not misunderstanding the words of the teacher. That is very important. Not to misunderstand the scriptures, not to blame the Lord. Why you are giving so many problems and challenges in my life? No. Whatever is coming in our life is only for our growth. That recognition has to come. And when we are disturbance proof from the Adi Bhautik, Adi Daivik, Adhyatmik Tap challenges, then we start experiencing the joy of contemplation, the joy of taking the name of the Lord. But understand, this is two-way. Don't think that first all these things must quieten down, then I will take the name of the Lord. No, you take the name of the Lord and automatically that will also start happening. But it's a prayer. And therefore, the bliss of, may he bless us with this bliss of knowledge. May the teacher come from the knowledge, and the student also understand the correct import of the words of the teacher, and may that knowledge infuse the student also with that realization. Saha viryam karavavahe. Viryam is effort. So let us exert together. May the teacher, may the Guru Maharaj be always available to the student. If you take it as the Sadguru, Sadguru is always available. May he always think about us. It's such a joy when I get a SMS from my teacher. That means I was in his thoughts. So that feeling that I am in his thoughts itself is a great positive for that day. See, when we say in the dream the Lord came or the Guru Maharaj came, the fact that why did he come? Because he chose. You don't get the dream of the Lord by your will. It comes by his grace. So that means the Lord must have thought of us. That gives us a feeling of krutakrutyata, a fulfillment. And therefore here he says, let us exert together. May he put efforts to properly make me understand, and may I put efforts to properly understand what is being communicated. The different levels of understanding are what the teacher says, the student understands straight away. Uttam Adhikari, The moment it is said, he understands. It clicks. Madhyam Adhikari, the student, the teacher says, and the the understanding is not complete. It is colored by his own conclusions. Adhama Adhikari, the, the this type of student, he understands exactly the opposite of what the teacher told. And Adhama Adhikari, he doesn't understand anything at all. He remains in ignorance. So where are we? For that we don't have to try hard. We have to just have the faith, have the invoke the blessings of the divine. So let us exert together. So when I'm teaching, taking the just this example. So when we are taking the Upanishad on Wednesdays, I have to study it first. The Sanskrit, the meaning, general meaning I know, but specific meaning, and invoke the divine so that the presentation comes out decipherable, understandable, without confusion. So as a teacher, I have to take that responsibility. Then as a student, we have to be alert, we have to be focused, we have to be available, we have to practice it in our life. So all these things, let us exert together. Who is a teacher? Who is a acharya? Acharya is he who teaches the scriptures and implements what the scriptures are saying in his life, and that can be seen. And therefore in the Gurukula system, the teacher used to implement it in his daily life. So the students are seeing a living person following what is being taught. So let us exert together. May what we study be well studied. That what is that one? Tejasvi navadhitamastu. Tejasvi. May our intellect be bright. Whenever, like for example, nowadays, everyone is typing, nobody is writing letters. Now if you pick up a pen and start writing, if you have to write one page, your fingers get tired after some time. So stamina is not there. But when we were in year 12, when we were in uni, oh, pages after pages after pages after pages, and still our hand never used to get tired that much as it gets now. So whenever something is not used for a long time, it develops a dystrophy. It is not at its optimum level, and therefore this Tejasvi, the intelligence, has to also be used in the correct manner. When we use our intellect to interact with inert objects of the world, the intellect also becomes inert. It becomes jada. When intellect is used to contemplate upon the conscious principle, the divine principle, then consciousness also becomes bright. It also becomes of the nature of the divine. So then Tejasvi, then it is shining brightly. Then it is shining brightly. So may the teacher Tejasvi navadhitamastu. So may what we study be well studied. This is for the student and also the teacher, if you want, that the teacher presents everything after studying well, after knowing well, after experiencing well, not just from the top of his head to keep blah 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 blah, because he knows the students don't know and they are at his mercy. No, not that way. He is righteous, he is sincere, the teacher. Well, thoroughly he has gone through the subject matter. He knows the theme, the context. And so also the student, may his intellect also, the student is praying that may my intellect also be bright. that whatever is communicated by the teacher, by the scriptures, it is immediately, it makes a mark, it clicks. See, Tejasvinavadhitamastu. And in this manner, the prayer is chanted by both the teacher and the student. And last but not the least, Ma Vidvishavahi. Ma Vidvishavahi, may the teacher and the student have no misunderstandings with each other. May they not be inimical to each other. And this comes from misunderstanding. This comes from too much familiarity with the teacher, Guru Maharaj, at the physical level. It comes with too much familiarity with the God. We want to surrender to God. We don't want to make him be pally with him. You can be pally, but that distance has to be maintained. Only then you will learn. Just because our Guru Maharaj is very friendly to us and यार यार करके बोलते हैं, स्वामी जी मुझे यार बोलते हैं, but that does not mean that I also call him यार. I have to keep that distance. Then only knowledge will flow. So familiarity breeds contempt. When you become close to anyone, then you start taking them for granted. Same way, when mind starts thinking about the self, it takes the self for granted. In what way? By objectifying it. But the more intellect objectifies it, the more further away it has gone from the self. The mind has to dissolve itself in the self. But here it has taken, I know it is there. It is only an intellectual conviction. It has taken it that, and that. May the Lord protect us from this type of disposition. So, may we not be inimical to each other. Sitting in front of the teacher and you are thinking, what is this animosity? Oh, this teacher is very favorable to the other students and he doesn't even look at me, he doesn't even praise me, he doesn't appreciate me. He's always asking someone else, he's always speaking to someone else. See, I think that person is more favorite of him and he is not, I am not his favorite. This is inimical. It is only going to destroy the student. It is, Guru Maharaj is always with the equanimous vision, and depending upon the student, what is the requirement of the student, he is catering. Some need more attention, some need less attention, some need absolutely indifference, some students need scolding. So that he knows. Who are we to judge why he is doing it? Our attention must be on the surrender. Our attention must be on recognizing, realizing, abiding in the principle in which the Guru Maharaj is abiding. That should be our goal. And therefore, may we not misunderstand the teacher, may we not have wrong ideas about the teacher. Ma Vidvishavahi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So, thinking in this manner, keeping your eyes closed, back, neck and head in a straight line, a happy disposition, contemplating with your mind and the teacher being the self, the God or the Guru Maharaj or the scriptures, whoever you have considered to be great in your eyes. anyone whom you have respect and reverence towards. Om Sahana Bhavatu. May He protect us. May the Divine protect us. Sahanau Bhunaktu. May He bless us with the bliss of knowledge. The self is always shining with knowledge. May that bliss of the self percolate into the mind. For that, mind has to become like a mirror with no unwanted thoughts. He must be available without any identity of his own. Oh, the mind. Then the self will reflect as it is in the waters of the mind. Sahanau bhunaktu sahaviryam karavavahai. Let us exert efforts together. The teacher, the Guru Maharaj, the Atmik Tattva, the Atma is always exerting. It is its nature. It is its nature. The sun cannot but give light. The Guru Maharaj, the Sadguru within, the Lord, their nature is to give. It is the human being, it is the ego which only wants. Doesn't know how to give. Trees give, rivers give, earth gives, sun gives, moon gives, the planets give. In nature, everything is naturally disposed to only giving, sacrificing. So the Atma Tattva, if he is not giving, then how can the mind function, intellect function, breath come and go, the senses can function? No, it cannot function. We saw that in the Kena Upanishad. So he is always giving. We are not recognizing. So he is always in the bliss. It is our need to experience the bliss of knowledge. It is the student's need. Sahaviryam karavavahai tejasvinavadhitamastu. And as we come to recognize that we are of the nature of light, we are of the nature of illumination, that we are the permanent principle, that we are the eternal witness, the eternal light, in whose light the intellect, mind, breath, senses, body function. Tejasvinava. When our mind is identified with the body, little bit intelligence. When it leaves the gross and comes to the subtle, it becomes refined. When it goes beyond the causal, it gets very refined. Who? The mind. Refinement means less disturbance in the mind. When there is less disturbance in the mind, then there will be less thoughts in the mind. Less thoughts in the mind means the reflection will be full and complete as it is, and the light will bright 100%. It will not be limited to 60, 70, 40%. If too many waves, too many thought waves, less light. It seems that way. Light, the Atmic light is never less or more. It is always the same. But its reflection, yes, the reflection can be covered by the waves, by the ignorance, thoughts of ignorance. by thoughts of knowledge. But when all objective pursuit is dropped without going to sleep, then this mind becomes calm. Then it becomes tejasvi. Then in that, whatever goes in, because the light is shining, reflecting fully, whatever is told for such a to a mind, immediately it grasps. Immediately the knowledge clicks, even if it is about the world. Tejasvinavadhitamastu. And let us not ever ma vidvishavahai. May we not misunderstand, be angry, be inimical towards our own Atmic self. What happens when we are inimical to our Atmic self? We forget the self and we think about the world. This is the animosity. Instead of recognizing the self is of the nature of existence, consciousness, bliss, we take the inert world to be of the nature of existence, consciousness, and bliss, and seek joys, fulfillment, security in the inert world. Ma vidvishavahai. This wrongly directed pursuit is because we have not accepted the self as I am. This is being an enemy, misunderstanding, not accepting, always fighting to prove that the inert world, the samsara, is real and the Atma is imaginary. This is animosity. So may all these wrong approaches in our mind, may all of them subside, and may we abide in the infinite Guru Tattva, in which the Guru Maharaj, the Atma, the Lord are abiding. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.